The woman who tired of being strong all the time. There is a kind of tiredness that does not appear in the eyes but weighs on the soul. It is the fatigue of the woman who has always been strong, because she had no choice. Of the woman who held walls that were not hers, who carried broken affections, who healed wounds that did not cause, and who, nevertheless, continued to smile at the world. That is the story of many women. Perhaps it is yours. The story of the woman who learned to survive even before learning to breathe lightly. The woman that everyone calls strength, rock, warrior, without realizing that behind these titles there is someone who also feels fear, pain, insecurity, loneliness, because the world has become accustomed to the idea that strong women can handle everything. It bears abandonment, endure the silence, take no notice, hold love for half, and when he finally can't take it anymore, the world asks, "What happened?" As if he had broken only that day, and not throughout a lifetime. But there comes a time, always arrives, when this woman stops. Not because it is weak, but because he finally realizes that no one deserves to live as if he was always carrying his own heart on his back. It's when she looks at her own story and says, "I'm tired. I exist too." And this tiredness is not giving up. It is rebirth. Because when a strong woman is tired, she does not shrink. She wakes up. She stops accepting crumbs. Stop asking for presents. Stop justifying absences. Stop trying to be enough for those who have never struggled to deserve it. She stops saving everyone and begins, for the first time, to save herself. And that scares a lot of people. Why? Because it is easy to admire the woman who carries everything. But it is difficult to deal with the woman who finally releases the weight and says no. The truth is that nobody wants to see the strong woman resting, because when she rests, she sees, she gets it, she understands, she frees herself from roles that she never chose. And he discovers that strength is not to bear the unbearable. Strength is to allow oneself to live with dignity, with self-love, with limits. And do you know what happens when this woman finally chooses her own peace? She changes. She changes the way of loving, because it stops loving with fear. She changes the way of giving, because it stops giving itself until it breaks. It changes the way we exist, because you realize that life is not only battle, it can also be rest. And the world, which has always seen it as a fortress, is amazed. They say she got cold. They say it has changed. They say you are selfish. But no, she is only whole for the first time. The woman who tired of being strong all the time does not want to prove anything to anyone. You don't want to be a hero. You don't want to be a savior. You don't want to be a shield. She just wants to be human. She wants to cry when it hurts, wants to laugh without guilt, wants to be taken care of too, wants to love without losing, wants to be loved without begging. And, especially, she wants a life where she doesn't have to be strong all the time. Because being strong always also hurts. If you are this woman, or no one, know this: you have not failed. You have not lost. You are not weak for tiring. You are human. And human women also deserve love, rest, kindness. If the world never gave you that, then the time has come for you to give yourself. And when you do, you will finally understand. The true strength is not in bearing everything. The true strength is in knowing when to let go. Do you have a story to tell? Send to us. Here, each story is a seed of courage that inspires other women to flourish. Rebuild yourself, because telling your story is also an act of healing.